new semester for night classes.
So just as we land on it there, Maths QQI level 5, great interest there for Maths level 5. One of the best things about this is that the Maths level 5 is in a lot of ways a substitute for if you didn't do so well in your Maths and your Leaving Cert and you need Maths for other courses.
Yeah.
Shall I move on?
Yeah. And I suppose just to say about Maths, it's a great entry requirement for people that maybe want to get into masters or into primary school teaching through Hibernia.
It's true. No, actually, we have them grouped together here. They basically, let's call them the accounting courses. John, this is your area. Do you want to talk about them?
Yeah, so we have bookkeeping level 5, bookkeeping level 6, and payroll. So with bookkeeping, just the very basics. Why should you do this course? Basically, if you want to get into doing bookkeeping for a business, preparing your own accounts, and learning how to use Sage accounts. And at level 6, then you'll be looking at more of taking a management decision. So you do your books, but maybe looking more in depth of how your cash flow and all that is going. But both courses cover Sage accounts, which is one of the most popular accounting packages out there. Next up, yeah.
Sorry for interrupting. Just as we're going through these slides, people will notice it's got the details, the start times, the number of weeks, the starting date, and the prices. You can always pause the video to check these, but look, if you really need the information, head, as it says here, knightschool.ie/payroll-L5, that would be for level 5. But look, just go to knightschool.ie and you'll very easily find what you're looking for.
Perfect, Owen. So with payroll level 5, again, why would you do this course? You do this course if you want to learn about your own wage slip, if you want to start preparing payroll analysis each week yourself. And I suppose the biggest thing is computerized payroll. And with the new introduction of PAYE changes last year, you will study Thesaurus Payroll, which makes life very easy. So by the end of the 12 weeks, you'll have a very in-depth knowledge of how to do payroll. And at level 6, then again, you go through Thesaurus Payroll. But at level 6, you're looking at a lot of the legislation around employment in as well.
John, am I right that payroll is a very employable skill, isn't it? Because if you're working in an office, this is something that nearly every business needs payroll.
Yes, definitely.
So someone needs to be able to use it.
Definitely. And if you're working in administration, even like these days now, like administration role has changed. You could be doing bookkeeping, you could be doing payroll, you could be doing marketing, so it's a broad spectrum. And payroll and bookkeeping will be essential for anyone that's hoping to work in administration.
Taxation?
Yeah, so taxation again. In taxation, you cover a few topics. You look at income tax. So, for example, if you're overpaying tax every year, every month in your wage slip, we go through that and how to claim it back. We go through from a self-employed perspective, how you prepare your income tax return each year. We talk a bit about the different taxes like VAT, corporation tax, capital gains tax, and then I suppose how to do a return using the Ross Revenue website as well.
Now, again, just to look at the information here on the screen, it's taxation QQI level 5. That means it's certified. It's nationally recognized at level 5. You've also seen some courses at level 6. So if you have the level 5 done, you could go on and do level 6. This one here, it's also online. So you're going to be learning online every Thursday night. It is in this case. John, no, it is listed on the website, but John, do you know offhand, is there an exam for this that you have to come into Mallow College
for?
there is.
There is a written exam at the end of it, so you would be on site for the final assessment. The other assessments are all done remotely, but the last exam is written, so you would be attending the campus in Mallow for this final exam.
And it's something, even during this pandemic, we are well used to it now. Of course, we're trying to do everything online, but we do have students coming in. We have everyone socially distanced. We're wearing masks. Everything is carefully done. And in this case, I imagine it'll just be one exam that you'll be turning up to at the end of the session or end of the term.
Yep, and actually just to say about the maths course as well, because our maths course is one of our most popular courses. Maths is exactly the same. All the content is covered online. Your assessments are online, and there's a final exam in-house on the Mallow campus.
Now, it's a good thing to know about the maths. It's something like 70% is done by project. So when we say exam, it's not like you're going for the leaving cert where everything is in the exam. For so many courses, especially at level 5, the exam is maybe only worth 50-30% of the final mark. So by the time you get to the exam, you know you've been doing well. You have a lot of the work done. Let's go on there and look. Oh, reception skills and frontline off skills, level 5, and we also have its partner at level 6.
Yeah, so like the major thing there is anyone that's hoping to work in any sort of office or administration role, level 5 is essential. But then I suppose looking at level 6 is where you bring in more of a supervisory role. So if you're the senior person in the office, so frontline office at level 6 would be looking at sort of a management role.
Do I have to do the level 5 before I do the level 6?
Yes, the level 5 is a requirement before you do level 6.
Okay.
Unless you have the relevant work experience, then maybe you may be able to join the level 6 course. Alright.
So if I have been working maybe at a hotel reception for the last 2 years, maybe we could talk about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
I think the main thing when people talk about, a lot of people think that level 6 is like the better version. But what they have to remember as well is that whoever's teaching the level 6 will assume you have the level 5 done. And even if you are pretty skilled at it, or you think you're ready for level 6, you won't have the content covered in level 5. So you may actually miss out on stuff. So I suppose you're going to have to talk to us about that. Let's go on. Train the trainer. Actually, there's 2, am I right? Are there 2 awards in here somehow?
2, yeah. So to make it, this is a specific purpose award. So there's 2 components in it. So one is to do with delivery and evaluation, and the other one then is all about training design. So you take 2 aspects: designing a course and then delivering the course. So this course is over 20 weeks, and really, who is this course suitable to? It's suitable to anyone that wants to do, maybe for example, you're working in an organization and you want to do some in-house training, so you provide in-house training. So it's really for anyone that wants to go into teaching, to maybe take on some of the training in your own organization. But it's a very practical based course, and during it you will be presenting 45-minute classes by yourself, as well as sort of the assessment.
Yeah, it's interesting. A lot of people think of teaching and presenting as something you do in a school, but I've learned just talking to friends and people you come in contact with, that in every industry people are giving presentations. So even if it's not your main job, it's something people are doing all the time. You're training your colleagues. In fact, most industry has some sort of staff induction, and someone must look after that. And there's some professional development that they're involved in. So that's what it's aimed at, is it, John?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is.
The other thing is that it's 20 weeks. That's different from our other courses, isn't it? It's a bit longer.
It's a bit longer because I suppose you're getting 2 modules in there. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Next fella up, food safety. I have a lovely picture. It's one of my favorites here. Pizza with the rocket on top. So
it looks really nice.
This is for me. I'm getting hungry, but it's more. It's nothing to do with eating pizza, I'm guessing.
No, it's really, I suppose, in the past, people that sign up for this course, or maybe people that are working in delis or in shops, that there's a food element in it, and HACCP is a requirement
Yes.
for that. So it's a good course for that. And just to say, the person delivering it has over 20 years experience in this area as well.
So it's something, when you are working in the food industry, you do have to have this qualification done.
Yeah.
Next up, okay, we have 2. I'll just skip into them. Work experience and communications. It's 2 modules. It's level 5, and we have the level 6.
Yeah. So with those, I might just start off with level 5.
Okay.
These are mandatory modules if you're doing full awards. So for example, if you're doing a childcare award or the healthcare award or a business award, and these would be mandatory modules. So really, just to say, if you are thinking about signing up for these, you have to have work experience at the moment. Otherwise it'll be no value to you. So if you're doing childcare, for example, you should be working, or you should have access to childcare work experience. So these are mandatory, and but definitely to get your full award, this is why you should be doing these modules.
Can I ask a stupid question, just as someone who doesn't know the answer? are we can we help in finding work experience, or is that's just too much for us, is it?
In normal circumstances we could, but with the pandemic ongoing, it's impossible. So really, it's people that have work experience already, like the semester that has just passed us. Those people that are doing it are all working.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it is a requirement for every full. Now, if you're just doing, you can happily do one QQI module and be like the last one we looked at, food safety, just because if you want to get your food safety done, it doesn't mean you also have to do work experience. But if you want to do one of the full awards, childcare, healthcare, what's the other one we do? The childcare level 6. To get those, you have to have your work experience and your communications. So we have them both here in one package.
Yeah, so they're very similar.
This is also great for a lot of our day students, or day students anywhere, who've got most of their full award done. They can finish off, because sometimes it could be difficult for people. Let's say they were studying and they fell ill and they missed their work experience. They could maybe have missed their work experience module. It's impossible to repeat, but it's something you could do with us here at Night School.
Yes, definitely. So just remember, just to highlight, because you need to be working or need to have access to work placement. And just for the hours, this is a question we get a lot. The childcare setting, if you're doing a childcare award, it's 120 hours work experience you need. If it's healthcare you're doing, you need 150 hours of work placement. And if it's business, you need 60 hours. And a question that we often get from people is, okay, I'm doing childcare, I'm doing healthcare, I'm doing business. Yes, the class could be mixed of people doing different courses, but the tutor tailors the course towards you then, like. So it doesn't matter if you're coming from childcare, healthcare, business, the course will be suitable for you.
Medical terminology. We also have that in our business section.
Yeah, so that's suitable really for people that are working probably in administration. And in it, there's an element of typing up and listening to audio as well, you know. So there's audio transcription built into it, and then looking at all the medical terms that you'd be using in maybe something like a GP practice or something like that.
Yeah, or anyone working in, I can imagine if you're working at the reception or at any part of one of the large clinics.
Yeah, definitely.
You're going to need that familiarity with the medical terminology. Okay, we're on to a group of subjects here now that we're sort of veering into the management level. So this is something for your continuing professional development if you're working or you're trying to upskill, improve your CV.
Yeah, so there's 3 subjects here, or 3 courses: managing people, there's supervisory management, and human resource management. So they're all at management level. And do you have to be working in management to do them? No, you don't. Like, I suppose if you're aspiring to get into management, definitely there are courses for you. What are the entry requirements? Really, again, you'd want to have some bit of experience of working, and maybe as a supervisor or something, but really it's for anyone that's aspiring to work in management. And they're all good courses. Just to point out, I suppose, the human resource management has an on-site exam at the end of it. So again, similar to what we were saying previously, 70% of the course is covered through assessments, which will be done remotely, but there will be a 30% written exam, which will be held in our Mallow campus.
Yeah, I suppose I'm the last person to say this, but the phrase is dress for the job you want, not the job you have. So maybe for training as well, it's skill up for the job that you want rather than the job you have.
Yeah. And managing people and supervisory management are similar in that, and HR, there's a crossover between all of them. It's all about dealing with the people. But with inside in the human resource course, you will be doing an interview as well and conducting an interview with someone, you know. So it gives you an opportunity to sit behind the table and interview someone. That's the skills demonstration that would happen.
These guys now are at level 6. Do I have to have a level 5 done?
Not in these subjects, no.
Okay, so if there's only a level 6 in the subject, we can go straight into the level 6.
Yeah, and most people would have some sort of work placement background anyway, so they're well suited to doing the course.
Yeah, I know our entry requirements, we wouldn't always have tight entry requirements, but because it's going to be online this time anyway, you're going to have to be, it's better anyway, certainly, if you're good with your basic IT, good with using a PC. So Yeah, let's just put that out there. They're going to be online, so you're going to have to be fluent with your IT and your PC, or comfortable with it anyway. Let's just say digital marketing. I think this is our last one in our business.
Yeah. So with digital marketing, really, what's happening is this again is very suitable for anyone working in business, any self-employed person. Again, if you're in administration, this is something you might be doing. So obviously, social media would be a big thing. And like Owen, you're the best person to talk about social media.
Well, you know what, social media. Actually, what we rely on, the secret for us is we've a good website. So we find we have a good website. It gives us all our information. And then we feed off that for all things like LinkedIn, Facebook. We're also on Twitter, but we can't do everything, but we do know the value of it. And we know it well. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you found us on Facebook. I can imagine these days with so many people, small businesses, I often think that if we were to really help small businesses, we would be trying to get them all online now. Even your local, well, we have, there's a fella here who teaches our organic gardening. I'll be watching his Facebook page, and he's fighting through this by he's promoting his products online the whole time. I think everyone is aware. I suppose Instagram is a key word there we can put out, that everyone knows that to promote your product, you need the visibility, you need the brand awareness. There's a lot to think about actually in digital marketing. I should stop talking because I sound like I'm giving a class in digital marketing.
No, there's an awful lot. And I suppose, as Owen said there, you look at the whole website and you look at the whole SEO attached to that, and how is it structured? It's